I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Random Plants Falling Over. Also Alan Wake with FrozenFoxy. Last time we had come to this flashback-ish sort of thing going on, and we were staring over
Hey,
here.
handsome. This is going to be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Technically she has a thermos, but you know, whatever. We'll go ahead and take that thermos from her. And apparently these are pictures of Alan Wake. They look a little more realistic than he does, and he looks shaven. Where'd he get his whole beard and stash kind of thing going on? I don't know. I have no idea, but apparently she's some kind of graphics designer because she's trying to design a cover for his book or something. Anyway, let's go check out what we got. We got some kind of award with 2 golden guns on it. Might be a James Bond award, I don't know. And we've got Alan Wake's books here. Return to Cinder, What I Can't Forget, Alex Casey, The Things That I Want, and The Fall of Casey. They sound like silly books. We've got some nice manuscripts over here too, and that weather out there looks awful. Let's check out what we got. Apparently we got 2 pages from The Sudden Stop.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
And that's obviously not Alan who's reading that. Let's read some more of The Sudden Stop.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge. It had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Uh-huh. So, for whatever reason, this reminds me a lot of Max Payne. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but they certainly made it sound that way. We got some Alan Wake stuff sitting here. Let's go check out the rest of the city. I don't know why you would want pictures of the city when you've got these windows that are looking out towards the city to begin with. Seems like a waste. Nice bathroom, though. Really nice bathroom. I'd love having a bathroom that looked like this. This is pretty cool. I'm not so fond of the tiny washer and dryer combo, though. It's not my thing. I prefer having something that that has a lot more space and not the combo, because then you can't really wash more clothes and dry some at the same time, you know?
The continuing freezing rain and heavy snowfall have necessitated a winter storm warning in the entire tri-state area. People are advised to stay indoors as many roadways are already closed, and city officials are not expecting snow crews to keep up with the weather. We're now on the 3rd day of the blizzard, and the weather is not expected to clear up anytime soon.
Great! I love those kind of long blizzardy weather things. I've been through a few of those. You get stuck inside and the snow buries your windows. All of those people who are from Texas or California will have no idea what I'm talking about. Of course, if you're also from a hot place overseas or underseas or somewhere, you probably won't know what I'm talking about anyway. And we have the CCTV, which is kind of funny because that's, if that was actually 2 letter C's, that would be the closed captioning TV. Closed caption TV? Closed circuit TV is what I'm thinking of, I believe. And it's got a nice little code on there. That I don't think is an actual code for any sort of TV. It'd be interesting to know if it was, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Well, I suppose we should go and start that coffee for her. It's a pretty nice kitchen for such a small place here. It's a very nice place, though. I only wish my place could be this nice. There's like a flashlight here. Bet you that'll come in useful eventually. As the darkness comes to our past.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Black coffee. See, that's actually where the darkness came from, is black coffee. You shouldn't be drinking this stuff. It's not that great for you.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Wow. But yeah, coffee keeps you up all night, and then you got like bloodshot eyes. That's not good. You don't want that going on. Seriously though, why are all these things on random walls? What do they go to exactly, I wonder? Someone, please tell me, what the hell is that for? I'm not going to scan that. I don't have anything to scan that. Anyway, let's examine
These
these.
look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan!
I'm right here.
Alan, please check the fuse box.
Yo.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Yeah, we saw the fuse box a little earlier. That's, it's not all that hard to find. Don't worry, lady. It's still pretty bright in here. I mean, there's snow out there, and the windows are open. It's all good. Get some flashlight.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
There you go.
Hi.
Nice and
You
bright.
okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
I don't see how he could be a liar, because he just pulled that thing out of thin air. And that is a pretty old light switch. Unless he bought it in town and he was like, she might need this at some point.
How do you feel, Mr. Wick? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wick, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine.
Sure.
I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wick, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Yeah, we're good, other than the headache and head trauma and, you know, other things. You know what would have been great is if they had some donuts stacked in pyramids across this table. Let's check out this fish.
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
I was about to. But, yeah, I'm a big fan of salmon. Not a big fan of bass. Bass always tastes like fish sticks to me. Tastes like cheap fish. I'm not really a fan of that flavor.
You're good to go, Mr. Wake. Sarah's probably waiting for a chance to talk to you.
I'm sure she is. I was just checking the rest of the room just in case. You never know what might be in a big room like this. Like nothing.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good. I'll come back later on to remind you, just in case.
You can't change bulbs in the
Mr.
dark?
Wake,
What the hell are you talking about?
waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper. but
Alice
she's
was
focused
missing.
on,
I needed
other
help to
things
find
these
her.
days.
I wasn't ready to leave. She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
So yeah, I was just
Alice was missing.
going to
I
see
needed
out
help
here
to
if we
find
could
her.
see her
I
still.
wasn't ready to leave.
The
But-
sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr.
God
Wake.
damn it, lady, shut up. Anyway, I don't understand how you could change the lights when they're on. I mean, I suppose you could, but you're asking for a shock if you're gonna do it that way. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Well, you're probably not gonna find Stucky, considering his body disappeared into nothing. However, we can get a thermos and a nice little manuscript page here. Let's check out what that is. Alice sees a shadow. Oh no.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like it could possibly be the woman that we've been seeing quite a few times. She's just like jumping in and out of the place where she's supposedly at for a second, you know?
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Yeah. We're going. We're just checking out the area. Have you seen this man? He disappeared 6/20/2007. Identifying features or knack for winning contests. Okay, how's that an identifying feature? Also, why does that guy look awfully familiar next to her? That Richard guy. He looks really familiar. Missing Richard Baugh, something like that. Bruce Dansky and Jacob Miller. on a camping trip overdue, haven't been in contact. If you've seen them or know their whereabouts, please call this number. Thank you. Whoops. That is not how you exit that picture. I don't know, his face looks awfully familiar. I just can't place it. Whatever.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The
You sound
battery's
creepy.
dead. It's charged now.
Okay, cool.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hey, I gotta get going,
I
Sheriff.
need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay. You can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
Sounds like a plan. Ish. You know, one that I won't be following.
Can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Mm-hmm.
You can get to the back lot through that door and down the corridor, Mr. Wake.
Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here.
Don't worry, buddy. I can turn on the lights for you. I know how it sucks to be in the dark.
Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen. You gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. It only looked like him. You wanna know who it really was? I'll tell you who it really was. It was a goddamn space alien! I know it sounded like something that a drunk would say, but believe me, I wasn't drunk then.
Uh-huh. Technically, if you beat up someone when you're not drunk, that means you're coherent enough to actually know that you were beating him up.
I told him,
And that would certainly get you put in jail. Unless perhaps he was taken by the darkness, but of course, who's gonna believe you there? Let's take this manuscript page and see what we got here. Dark presence in the diner.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
So, That does sound like the woman that we met is part of the darkness. That was in that diner.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
That certainly is bright, but before we go through anything on the left, this stuff looks nice.